Warriors lost to the Heat in Miami. It was Jimmy Butler's return game to Miami. CJ, do you have any issue at all with Jimmy Butler not saying anything to his former team, the Heat, on his way out? Warriors lose. He's like, peace, I'm out of here. Doesn't do anything.
No.
I don't either.
I don't like post-game handshakes.
You're anti-post-game handshake.
I'm anti. If you want to, you can go over there and holler at people, but it should not be expected for you to get in single file line and go in and shake hands. You just finished playing. Somebody just finished losing.
Yes.
Either you got beat in a close game or beat in a blowout. Tempers are high, emotions are high. The right thing at the wrong time ends up with a player like Michael Bell being put on his head, and if you know, you know.
And I think there was like a quick hug to Kevin Love before the game. There was like a small interaction with Alec Burks. The main thing that people were looking out for seems as if nothing with Bam Adebayo, nothing with Tyler Herro. I think he had some moments with Terry Rozier as well. But the bottom line is, like, things did not end well. This wasn't a relationship that ended where they gave each other a hug and said, I wish you well on the opposite coast. Like, Jimmy Butler and the Heat reached the point in their relationship where there was no way forward. The only way forward was separation. And that's what we got. So I think it's a little absurd to think that just it's more than a couple of weeks, but a month later at this point, something is going to change dramatically enough where Jimmy walks back in and it's like, yes, thank you for all the memories. Maybe time will give that opportunity. They did give him a tribute video for his return, which they should have. That's a necessity. That would have felt weird. It would have felt petty if they didn't have one of those. But I think anything other than that, we're reaching a bit for the drama in this case. But people love the drama of exes coming back together for one night.
They're teammates, which makes them co-workers, not friends.
Yeah.
All right, like sometimes
there can be.
Sometimes there are people up here. I'm not friends with them, but you're friends with people up here, right? You know, so they're your friends and they're your co-workers. You're not friends with me. We're just co-workers. So, like, if I leave, I'm not expecting, if I see you out and about,
I don't talk to you.
I'm not expecting to be like, oh, Jessica's gonna come up and give me a big old hug.
No, I would never.
Just a tip of the cap and keep
That'd
it
be
moving.
so weird.
It is weird.
I see you on the side of the road, I just drive past.
You do.
Sometimes I honk just to try to scare you.
And it startles the
But
hell
not
out
out of kindness.
No.
Not out of...
No, out of straight...
God forbid out of friendship. Just
so no, like,
straight.
let them... Why do you want these dudes to be friends
Yeah.
so much? That's something I don't understand. And then the same people who want them to be friends and friendly will turn around when there are actual friends in this league and be like, oh, the league is so soft. Everybody's friends. Rah, rah, rah. Shut up.
I did appreciate there was an ESPN piece yesterday that came out about Jimmy Butler and the Warriors. And it was a nice story about Jimmy loving to play dominoes because his dad loved to play dominoes and taught him how to play dominoes. I didn't even realize, I guess I missed that Jimmy changed the Butler on the back of his jersey once he moved to Golden State to Butler III in honor to recognize all the generations of the Butlers in his family. But he and Draymond, I guess, have been playing dominoes a lot. And it started back when they were teammates for Team USA, and Jimmy beat Draymond then, and Draymond's been practicing. But this quote went crazy viral coming out of it. Jimmy saying, I just want to win. I don't give an F about nothing else. We ain't going to never butt no mother effing heads as it pertains to him and his relationship with Draymond Green. I do love is it a triple negative? I don't give an F about nothing else. We ain't going to never butt no mother effing heads. If you really dive into that, not sure where we come out on the butting heads movement. Well, I think maybe it works. You put crazy with crazy.
Until it doesn't.
Until it doesn't. But in the meantime, but when it does.
Why do you want them to be friends? They're fine now.
Life's hard out here, CJ. We just want everyone to be friends.
They got their own support groups. They got
just
their
don't
own
want
friends.
You don't want Draymond to end up punching someone in the face, and you don't want Jimmy Butler to end up leaving the Warriors in the fashion that he has left every team that's come before that.
I do want Jimmy Butler to leave the Warriors that way. I do want those things. I want Draymond to punch Jimmy in the face. And if Jimmy Butler plans on leaving, which he doesn't plan on, but if Jimmy Butler leaves Golden State, the same way he left Miami, same way he left the Timberwolves, same way he left the Bulls, I think there was something there with that, right? Like there
has always been something.
Not with the 76ers. He just left for free agency. So if he leaves the Warriors the same way he's left two of those teams, for certain, the Heat and the Timberwolves, it's not going to be all peaches and cream. Draymond is going to say something about that if Draymond is still on the roster. Draymond is going to say something about that and step to him directly. Just like Draymond stepped to Kevin Durant directly. And they were like, okay, Dre, you've gone too far. We got to sit you down. And he got suspended for that, if I recall correctly, going at Kevin Durant because Durant wouldn't sign the extension. And Draymond dribbling the ball down the court instead of passing Kevin Durant the ball. This whole situation is coming back to me. I've forgotten about it until this moment. Draymond Green, with Kevin Durant on the court, needed a last-second bucket and proceeded to bounce the ball off his knee instead of giving the ball to Kevin Durant, if I remember that correctly. And then when confronted about it, Kurt, say that again, Jacob? Got the rebound and took it full court. And instead of passing it to Kevin Durant, and when confronted about it by Durant, Draymond told him, F you, and went on about how Kevin Durant isn't a real one, right? So if he'll do that to Kevin Durant, he's absolutely going to do it to Jimmy Butler. They're cool now because it's all peaches and cream. Everything is gravy. They playing with house money right now. Next year, and then probably the year after that, when Jimmy Butler might want some more money and starts acting out, they're not going to be cool. They're not going to be buddies. They're not going to be playing dominoes no more. It's going to be good stuff. I'm here for it.
The Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt, live every weekday at 8 a.m.